Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Anda sedang menyaksikan Niaga AWANI bersama saya Nina Rozman dan ini adalah perkembangan yang baru kami terima. Bank Negara Malaysia BNM sedia menggunakan instrumen yang kita boleh cakapkan instrumen untuk memastikan bagi Malaysia kewangan Malaysia kekal teratur dan terus berfungsi secara cekap. Menerusi satu kenyataan pada Isnin, BNM berkata operasi pasaran BNM akan memastikan mudah tunai yang memadai serta pasaran pertukaran asing berfungsi secara teratur.
BNM menyebut hal ini disokong oleh inisiatif berterusan yang sedang dilaksanakan bersama GLC, GLIC, syarikat korporat dan pengeksport untuk terus membawa masuk aliran dan mudah tunai ke dalam pasaran pertukaran asing. Katanya BNM terus memantau keadaan pasaran kewangan dengan teliti dan akan menguruskan sebarang risiko yang berpunca daripada volatiliti pasaran kewangan. Malah BNM telah mengadakan sesi libat urus dengan peserta pasaran kewangan termasuk Ketua Operasi Perbendaharaan yang bersetuju bahawa sebarang ketidakpastian akan berkurang dan menjadi stabil apabila keadaan ketegangan geopolitik semakin reda. Ia susulan kenyataan Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim pada Ahad yang menyatakan kerajaan kini sedang memantau rapat perkembangan di Asia Barat termasuk kedudukan pasaran kewangan serta potensi impak ke atas Malaysia sekaligus akan bertindak dengan bijaksana bagi memperkukuh kestabilan ekonomi dan kewangan negara. Kenyataan Anwar itu dikeluarkan selepas beliau hadir mesyuarat khas pada Ahad petang yang berlangsung di kediamannya antara lain bagi membincangkan situasi terkini di rantau Asia Barat. Mesyuarat khas itu dihadiri Timbalan Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Menteri Pertanian dan Keterjaminan Makanan Datuk Seri Muhammad Sabu serta pegawai tertinggi kerajaan.
Suruhanjaya Sekuriti Malaysia SC serta Bursa Malaysia telah meningkatkan pemantauan dan pengawasan pasaran bagi memastikan aktiviti dalam pasaran modal Malaysia kekal stabil, adil dan teratur berikutan keadaan yang memuncak di Timur Tengah. Mereka melalui satu kenyataan bersama pada Ahad turut memberi jaminan bahawa asas pasaran kekal kukuh dapat antara dipermodalkan dengan baik.
Pihak mereka juga mempunyai sistem yang berkesan untuk memastikan penjelasan serta penyelesaian perdagangan yang berterusan dan berkesan. Selain itu, mereka mempunyai kawalan yang diperlukan bagi menangani potensi peningkatan mendadak dalam turun naik pasaran ekuiti. Justru kedua pihak akan terus menilai keadaan dengan teliti untuk memastikan integriti pasaran modalnya kekal utuh. Pada Ahad, Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim dalam satu kenyataan berasingan berkata, kerajaan sedang memantau dengan teliti perkembangan geopolitik global dan pasaran kewangan. Selain itu, kerajaan akan mengambil tindakan sewajarnya untuk menggalakkan kestabilan kewangan yang berterusan termasuk fungsi pasaran yang teratur serta kewujudan potensi kejatuhan ekonomi. Demi kepentingan terbaik masyarakat global, Anwar berkata Malaysia amat percaya bahawa semua pihak yang terlibat harus berusaha ke arah mencapai penyelesaian permusuhan di Timur Tengah dan mengelakkan pencerobohan yang semakin meningkat. Malah untuk pengakhiran yang mutamat, keganasan yang berterusan mesti ditamatkan. Anwar menjelaskan lagi serangan Iran merupakan respons terhadap serangan Israel ke atas konsulat Iran di Damsyik, Syria sambil menambah bahawa tindakan Israel jelas melanggar undang-undang antarabangsa.
Baik, kita akan terus membincangkan topik mengenai ekonomi dan untuk kita melihat rangkuman mengenai inflasi, data ekonomi Amerika Syarikat dan juga kadar faedah termasuk juga dengan ketegangan tentera iaitu konflik antara tentera Iran dan Israel. Bagaimanakah semua faktor-faktor ini akan memberi kesan atau impak kepada ekonomi dunia? Kita persilakan Dr. Muhammad Azam Nizam Abdul Rashid, merupakan Ketua Ekonomi Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad. Saya nak ucapkan terima kasih Dr. kerana sudi meluangkan masa bersama kami. Dr., pertama sekali untuk kita lihat kepada data iaitu data ekonomi Amerika Syarikat yang dilihat begitu kukuh terhadap kadar faedah. Dan kita nak lihat bagaimanakah kesan ini kepada kadar faedah di Malaysia, terutamanya dalam konteks kestabilan ekonomi negara.
Okey, sebelum berlakunya ketegangan konflik di Timur Tengah pada tempoh hari ataupun pada hari Ahad yang lalu, data ekonomi di Amerika Syarikat terutamanya berkenaan dengan kadar inflasi meningkat tinggi ke paras 3.5%. justru ia memberi gambaran bahawa pihak Rizal Persekutuan Syarikat mungkin tidak orang kata tu tergesa-gesalah mahu menurunkan kadar faedah mereka. Jadi data ini seharusnya orang kata tu akan membuat satu sokongan yang kukuh terhadap nilai dolar Amerika Syarikat. Namun apabila berlaku situasi yang sedang berlangsung di Timur Tengah, ini juga mewujudkan satu ketidakpastian terhadap impak ini kepada ekonomi dunia, terutamanya pada harga minyak dan bagaimana ia memberi kesan kepada inflasi, dan juga apakah ia akan memberi kesan kepada harga barangan yang lain, terutamanya harga barangan makanan. Justru dari segi ketidakpastian ataupun uncertainties itu telah pun meningkat dengan tinggi, dan pasaran kebiasaannya memang tidak gemar akan ketidakpastian ekonomi ini, dan justru akan berlaku suatu bentuk volatility ataupun kemurapan pasaran yang dijangka akan berlaku. Dan di sini saya melihat pihak kerajaan, pihak bank negara telah pun mengambil langkah yang proaktif dengan mengeluarkan kenyataan bahawa mereka dalam kedudukan yang bersedia untuk menghadapi sebarang kemungkinan, dan dengan komunikasi yang sebegini sudah pasti ia mewujudkan suatu setidaknya menunjukkan satu suasana yang melegakanlah. Ia menunjukkan bahawa pihak berkuasa, pihak kerajaan cakna tentang perkembangan semasa dan bersiap siaga untuk menghadapi sebarang kemungkinan bagi memastikan kedudukan ekonomi kekal stabil dalam tempoh terdekat ini.
Dan seperti yang Doktor katakan bahawa iaitu ketidaktentuan uncertainty dalam pasaran ekonomi dilihat akan meningkat, dan kita nak tambah juga dengan konflik kenderaan antara Iran dan Israel yang dikatakan akan meningkat, boleh membawa kepada cabaran besar kepada ekonomi secara makro, terutamanya dalam hal harga minyak mentah. Dan bagaimanakah untuk kita memahami kesannya terhadap inflasi di Malaysia?
Saya rasa kebimbangan yang nombor satu adalah bagaimana nilai mata wang ringgit akan bergerak pada masa akan datanglah. Kerana nilai ringgit ni seperti yang kita sedia maklum banyak disebabkan oleh faktor-faktor luaran. Kalau sebelum ini kita bercakap tentang situasi kadar faedah di Amerika Syarikat, dan sekarang ini situasi ketegangan military konflik di Timur Tengah pula menjadi suatu fokus yang mana kebiasaannya apabila berlaku ketidakpastian ini, permintaan terhadap mata wang selamat ataupun safe haven currency seperti mata wang dolar Amerika Syarikat bakal meningkat, dan ini juga akan memberi kesan langsung kepada nilai mata wang ringgit. Dan apabila kita membincangkan nilai mata wang ringgit dan kemungkinannya ia akan berlaku suatu bentuk kemurapan, sudah pasti kebimbangan seterusnya apakah ia akan menyumbang kepada kenaikan harga barang, utamanya barangan makanan dan sebagainya lah. Dan di sini saya rasa peranan kerajaan untuk mewujudkan suatu keyakinan bahawa kerajaan dalam posisi yang bersiap siaga adalah amat penting untuk orang kata itu meredakan kebimbangan terhadap impaknya kepada ekonomi Malaysia, terutamanya dari segi kenaikan harga barangan dan bagaimana ia memberi kesan kepada kos sara hidup secara keseluruhannya.
Dan adakah dengan ketegangan konflik ini akan menjadi punca pelabur beralih kepada bond Amerika sekaligus meningkat nilai mata wang dolar?
Ini yang memang biasa kita saksikanlah apabila berlaku episod-episod yang orang kata tu ketidakpastian yang tinggi, lumrah peserta pasaran akan beralih arah daripada aset ataupun kelas aset yang berisiko tinggi kepada kelas aset berisiko rendah. Dan bil perbendaraan ataupun bond yang dikeluarkan oleh kerajaan Amerika Syarikat dianggap suatu instrumen yang selamatlah, dan kita mungkin bakal menyaksikan suatu penurunan dalam kadar pulangan ataupun kadar bond di Amerika Syarikat. Ini merupakan suatu tidak balas yang normal apabila berlaku satu episod yang orang kata tu high uncertainties lah. Dan ini amat bergantunglah kepada berapa lama konflik ini akan berterusan, dan di sini kita para peserta pasaran akan terus memantau dari segi adakah berlaku suatu bentuk retaliation oleh pihak Israel terhadap Iran dan sebagainya. Dan di sini peranan institusi utama seperti United Nations Security Council memainkan peranan yang penting untuk menstabilkan keadaan. Jadi dinamik ini akan diperhatikan bagi membentuk suatu pendapat dalam strategi pelaburan yang mana ia akan beri kesan kepada turun naik harga pasaran saham, turun naik harga pasaran bond dan sebagainya.
Dan selepas ini untuk kita lihat bagaimanakah hubungan kita boleh lihat antara kadar faedah Amerika Syarikat dengan ekonomi Malaysia dan bagaimana untuk kita menilai kebergantungan antara kedua-duanya selepas ini.
Okey, saya rasa bergerak ke hadapan pihak Bank Pusat akan memantau tentang pertimbangan antara inflasi dan pertumbuhan ekonomi. Di Amerika Syarikat nampak gaya masih lagi berpaksikan kepada inflasi dan mungkin bagi negara maju, negara membangun akan melihat bagaimana dinamik ini akan memberi kesan kepada pertumbuhan ekonomi. Jadi dalam hal ini pihak Bank Pusat akan terus memantau dan kita pun telah saksikan banyak orang kata tu bank-bank pusat di serata dunia telah pun menaikkan kadar faedah dan ini menunjukkan dari segi dasar moneteri telah wujud suatu bentuk ruang dasar yang luas untuk pihak bank pusat bertindak. Ini berarti sekiranya lah katakan situasi ini memberi kesan langsung kepada prospek pertumbuhan ekonomi, maka wujud suatu keperluan untuk menurunkan kadar faedah. Jadi ini satu perkara yang akan dipantau dan dari segi seperti saya sebutkan tadi, ruang dasar dan sudah dasar moneteri sudah pun telah pun diwujudkan dan menunjukkan bahawa pihak bank pusat dalam posisi yang bersedia untuk menghadapi sebarang kemungkinan.
Dan adakah terdapat strategi kewangan yang sesuai yang boleh dilaksanakan untuk kurangkan lagi risiko berkaitan dengan ketidakstabilan, ketidaktentuan ekonomi akibat konflik keteraan dan data Amerika Syarikat yang kokoh dan juga hal harga minyak mentah ini?
Saya berpendapat dari segi koordinasi antara pihak berkuasa dan perniagaan perlu ditingkatkan. Seperti yang kita sedia maklum, pihak perniagaan telah pun mengadakan ataupun pihak telah mengadakan beberapa sesi libat urus dengan sektor-sektor perniagaan dan saya rasa perkongsian melalui sesi libat urus ini akan menjelaskan tentang dasar dan hala tuju ekonomi negara dan saya kira ini akan mewujudkan suatu bentuk keselesaan lah bagi para peniaga untuk meneruskan operasi perniagaan mereka dengan lebih baik lagi. Jadi saya mengharapkan ketelusan dari segi maklumat itu terus perlu diteruskan bagi memastikan situasi ketidakpastian ini dapat dikurangkan dan apabila situasi ketidakpastian dapat dikurangkan maka keputusan perniagaan, keputusan berbentuk strategik itu dapat dilaksanakan dengan lebih lancar lagi.
Sekali lagi kita lihat ketegangan tentera konflik antara Iran dan Israel ini adalah antara faktor luaran yang akan mempengaruhi pasaran tempatan Malaysia selepas ini. Dan bagaimana pula unjuran doktor untuk suku kedua?
Okey, ianya amat orang kata tu bergantung kepada berapa lama konflik ini akan berterusan. Tapi buat masa ini, perkara ini masih lagi baru, maka adalah terlalu awal untuk kita untuk membuat suatu penilaian semula. Namun secara umumnya ekonomi negara akan terus bakal dipacu oleh faktor ekonomi domestik dan kita sedia maklum dari segi dasar fiskal policy masih lagi dasar yang mengembang dan peruntukan dari segi perbelanjaan pembangunan juga tinggi dan ini juga merupakan suatu suntikanlah kepada ekonomi di peringkat domestik yang amat penting, begitu instrumental untuk orang kata itu menjadi suatu faktor penampan kepada sebarang bentuk ketidakpastian ekonomi luaran.
Dan saya nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada Dr. Muhammad Azaniza Abdul Rashid merupakan Ketua Ekonomi Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad kerana bantu kami memaham bagaimanakah perkara ini memberi impak kepada ekonomi dunia dan apakah persediaan pasaran tempatan untuk menghadapi cabaran ini. Dan jangan ke mana, banyak lagi laporan yang akan kami bawakan selepas ini.
Aku dari unit khas PDRM. Aku adalah polis yang tangkap polis. Nama aku Syarifuddin Hussein. Panggil Syarif pun boleh. Kau nak gimana?
Kau tu polis. Kalau kau tak percaya undang-undang, negara kita nak jadi apa? Cukuplah, Nas.
Tak sekarang ni kau ada betul. Kau hari ini pakai uniform. Ada logo dekat dada kau. Ada Allah. Ada Muhammad. Kau tak malu ke? Sedap kau makan rasuah selama ni.
Aku tak pakai rasuah.
Kau nak tahu apa yang lagi buruk? Polis bunuh orang.
Kau tuduh aku ke? Tak ada bukti. Tuduhan kau tu tak ada nilai kat mahkamah.
Rule number 1, jangan percaya polis yang tak makan rasuah.
Bertemu kembali. Saham Astro Malaysia Holdings berhad meningkat kepada paras tertinggi dalam hampir 1 bulan apabila CGS International mengulangi saranan bertentangannya. Malah firma itu turut optimis bahawa pembayaran dividen boleh meningkat kepada 20% menjelang Januari 2025 apabila pengendali televisyen berbayar itu melengkapkan usaha mengurangkan kosnya.
Saham Astro naik sebanyak 6.5% atau 2 sen kepada 33 sen dalam dagangan pagi pada Jumaat lalu, tertinggi sejak 18 Mac 2024. Saham terakhir didagangkan pada 32.5 sen pada 10.20 pagi selepas 6.8 juta saham bertukar tangan. Sebaliknya, sektor telekom dan media rendah sedikit, manakala indeks penanda aras FBM KLCI turun 0.1%. CGS International syarikat pendidikan tunggal daripada 12 dengan saranan beli mengunjurkan aliran tunai Astro boleh melantun semula kepada antara RM350 juta dan RM400 juta dalam tempoh 12 bulan berakhir Januari 2026 dan tahun kewangan 2027 daripada bawah RM300 juta pada tahun kewangan 2025. Katanya aliran tunai yang kukuh menyediakan ruang untuk pengembalian semula dividen sambil menyatakan bahawa syarikat itu mengisytiharkan dividen sesaham hanya 0.25 sen untuk tahun kewangan 2024 yang diterjemahkan kepada pembayaran 6% walaupun melaporkan penjanaan tunai yang sihat. Konsensus penganalisis kekal secara amnya berhati-hati dengan 6 daripada 12 memberitahu pelabur untuk menjual saham, manakala 5 lagi memberi penarafan kekal dan hanya CGS International mengesyorkan saranan beli menurut Bloomberg. CGS International menyatakan bahawa pelbagai langkah penjimatan kos yang turut merangkumi peningkatan pendigitalan nampaknya mula membuahkan hasil memandangkan margin pendapatan sebelum faedah, cukai, susut nilai dan pelunasan EBITDA telah melebar 123 mata asas kepada 37.2% pada tahun kewangan 2024. Pembayaran dividen boleh melantun lagi kepada 50% menjelang tahun kewangan 2026 dan 2027 kerana keuntungan bersih teras mungkin melonjak 72% pada 2026 dan 24% pada 2027 atas penjimatan kos tahunan.
Menurut data inflasi pada bulan Mac dari Jabatan Buruh Amerika Syarikat, CPI telah meningkat sebanyak 0.4% dari Februari bagi kedua-dua kadar keseluruhan dan teras. Data ini lebih tinggi jika dibandingkan dengan jangkaan analisis iaitu sebanyak 0.3% dan bulan Mac menjadi bulan ketiga berturut-turut data CPI melebihi unjuran penyelidik. Dan untuk bantu kita memahami, sudah bersedia dalam talian adalah Muhammad Siddiq Jantan, Ketua Pendidikan dan Penasihat Kekayaan Pengurus Portfolio UOB Kehan Wealth Advisor. Saya nak ucapkan terima kasih Siddiq kerana sudi meluangkan masa bersama kami dan selamat Hari Raya. Pertama sekali Siddiq, apakah antara faktor-faktor yang mungkin menyumbang kepada peningkatan yang konsisten CPI ini yang telah melebihi jangkaan ataupun unjuran ramai penyelidik dan kita boleh cakap penganalisis?
Okey, Nina, kadar inflasi di Amerika Syarikat pada bulan Mac adalah disebabkan oleh kenaikan harga beberapa produk dan perkhidmatan yang di kalangan penyelidik kita tidak menganggarkan berlaku sebanyak peningkatan dalam beberapa produk ini. Yang pertama, saya boleh melihat kepada harga tenaga, kedua perkhidmatan penjagaan kesihatan dan juga yang ketiga insurans kenderaan bermotor. Kita merujuk kepada harga petrol iaitu ianya telah meningkat sebanyak 1.7% pada bulan Mac dengan harga purata petrol di Amerika Syarikat adalah di antara $3.52 untuk 1 galon dan ianya telah meningkat kalau kita bandingkan harga untuk bulan 1 hari bulan 4 itu kepada 4 hari bulan Mac iaitu pada bulan Mac $3.35. So ini disebabkan oleh krisis geopolitik yang semua orang tahu yang telah meningkatkan harga minyak dunia. Yang kedua, harga perkhidmatan perubatan yang telah meningkat sebanyak 0.6% pada bulan Mac didorong oleh kenaikan harga insurans kesihatan sebanyak 1.2% dan lonjakan harga hospital sebanyak 1.2% yang menjadikan kadar inflasi 12 bulan sebanyak 7.7%, tertinggi pada sejak April 2008. Yang ketiga, insurans kenderaan bermotor. Ianya mengalami peningkatan yang paling banyak pada bulan 3 iaitu sebanyak 22% dan ini merupakan lonjakan tahunan terbesar dalam kategori tersebut sejak tahun 1976. kos prorata insurans kereta kini pada $2,314 setahun, dan peningkatan ini disebabkan oleh inflasi yang berterusan dan peningkatan kos membaik pulih kenderaan. Selain itu, peningkatan jumlah kemalangan yang antaranya disebabkan oleh keadaan cuaca yang buruk turut meningkatkan kadar insurans kenderaan bermotor.
Harga petrol termasuk juga dengan harga perkhidmatan dan harga insurans kenderaan bermotor adalah antara faktor utama yang beri sumbangan kepada CPI yang tinggi ini. Dan manakah data CPI ini mempengaruhi keputusan Fed untuk memotong kadar faedah? Adakah ini akan menyebabkan Fed akan tetap pada kadar 5.25% sehingga 5.50% buat jangka masa yang lama, Sidik?
Okey, pada bulan 1 hari itu, keseluruhan penganalisis menjangkakan Fed akan menurunkan kadar faedah pada bulan 6. Tapi setelah kita lihat kadar inflasi yang tinggi, ianya akan memaksa Fed untuk mengekalkan kadar faedah pada paras yang tinggi, iaitu pada Julai 5.25% sehingga 5.5%. Dalam tempoh yang panjang, seterusnya mengurangkan kemungkinan berlakunya pemotongan kadar faedah dalam tempoh 3 bulan yang akan datang seperti yang dianjurkan sebelum ini oleh para penganalisis. So pada pendapat saya, sebarang pemotongan kadar faedah ketika negara mengalami peningkatan kadar inflasi akan memburukkan lagi keadaan. Fed bagi saya, Fed memerlukan data CPI yang menunjukkan penurunan berterusan sekurang-kurangnya selama 2 bulan selain daripada data ekonomi lain seperti kadar pengangguran, kadar upah yang membantu untuk membuat yang membantu Fed untuk membuat keputusan untuk menurunkan kadar faedah. Selain itu, kita semua sedia maklum bahawa Fed meletakkan sasaran inflasi 2%. Tapi bagi saya, sasaran inflasi 2% ini tidak lagi bersesuaian dan agak mustahil untuk dicapai pada tahun ini maupun pada tahun 2025 dengan landscape ekonomi semasa dan diterukkan lagi dengan konflik geopolitik. Ianya memberi kesan mendalam yang menyebabkan perubahan dalam pasaran tenaga kerja, rangkaian bekalan global dan sumber daya yang terhad seperti tenaga, makanan dan perumahan. Dengan itu saya melihat Fed perlu mengubah julat sasaran inflasi untuk menjadi lebih fleksibel, iaitu di antara 2.5% hingga 3.0%. Bagi persoalan bila Fed akan menurunkan kadar faedah, jika kita merujuk kepada kenyataan Fed sebelum ini, mereka telah menyatakan untuk melakukan penurunan kadar faedah pada tahun ini tetapi tidak memberitahu pada bulan bila. Oleh kerana data inflasi yang tinggi, pada pendapat saya kemungkinan Fed akan melaksanakan satu pemotongan kadar faedah pada tahun ini, iaitu menurunkan kadar kepada 5% dan ianya mungkin berlaku pada penghujung suku ketiga tahun ini.
Seperti yang Sidik kongsikan bahawa dijangkakan bahawa kadar faedah akan berlaku satu pemotongan pada tahun ini lebih kurang pada akhir suku ketiga. Dan daripada data-data ini dan unjuran ini, apakah antara implikasi kepada pasaran terutamanya di Malaysia? Okey,
apabila Fed menaikkan kadar faedah ataupun mengekalkan kadar faedah pada paras ketika ini iaitu 5.25 hingga 5.5, pasaran akan cenderung menurun because berlakunya mismatch antara Fed dan juga pelabur. Ini berlaku kerana apabila kos pinjaman meningkat bagi syarikat-syarikat, pelabur lain mungkin kelihatan lebih menarik, pelaburan lain seperti memegang bond lebih menarik berbanding saham. Ini secara langsung memberi kesan kepada sektor-sektor yang sensitif terhadap kadar faedah. Dan kesan ini bukan hanya di Amerika Syarikat tetapi juga di Malaysia. So sektor-sektor sensitif terhadap kadar faedah adalah seperti bank, hartanah dan utility. Selain itu, sebagai tindak balas terhadap ini, kami menjangkakan indeks saham akan cenderung melemah dan bond yield akan meningkat. Menurut pandangan saya, peningkatan data inflasi akan menyebabkan para pelabur menilai semula jangkaan mereka mengenai seberapa Fed akan bersikap pro-bisnes pada tahun ini dan sama ada dasar kadar akan menghalang pertumbuhan ekonomi dan pendapatan masa depan. Kesan data inflasi Amerika Syarikat yang lebih tinggi daripada yang dijangka akan memberi kesan seluruh pasaran equity termasuk Malaysia. Tapi kita pada minggu lepas ada 2 hari berlakunya Bursa Malaysia ditutup. So impaknya lebih minimum berbanding dengan pasaran region yang lain. So untuk pasaran equity, satu pemotongan kadar faedah bagi saya sudah memadai untuk memberi kesan positif kepada keseluruhan pasaran. Akan tetapi ianya tidak berlaku untuk nilai ringgit. Pada minggu lepas apabila data inflasi dikeluarkan, kita dapat melihat penurunan yang mendadak dalam ringgit Malaysia. Ringgit agak sukar untuk melepasi paras 4.5 sen untuk $1 sekiranya Fed menurunkan kadar faedah kurang daripada 0.5%. So pihak kami sebelum ini mengunjukkan 4.45 pada hujung tahun ini, tetapi jika Fed hanya mengurangkan sebanyak 0.25 dan tidak 0.5%, ianya akan berada pada sekitar paras 4.55 sen untuk $1 pada akhir tahun 2024, Nina.
Dan sekiranya pemotongan kadar faedah itu tidak dapat dilaksanakan sekurang-kurangnya satu kali, adakah ini akan menjadi punca pelabur beralih kepada bond Amerika sekaligus meningkatkan lagi nilai mata wang dolar?
Ya, betul tu Dina. Pelabur akan mula melihat berlaku sangat atraktif untuk bond, pasaran bond di Amerika Syarikat, khususnya treasury bond dan juga bond yang mempunyai penarafan AA dan juga single A. So pihak pelabur akan beralih daripada pasaran saham dan mereka akan membeli bond-bond sebab risiko untuk memegang bond lebih rendah berbanding dengan pasaran saham. Tambahan pula dengan keadaan kadar faedah yang tinggi.
Dan selain daripada data CPI, apa lagi data dan statistik yang perlu diperhatikan dan perlu ada dalam radar utama untuk masa terdekat yang akan mempengaruhi lagi keputusan dan kadar Fed ini?
Okey, kita melihat kadar faedah sebagai unjuran utama untuk pemotongan Fed, tapi terdapat data-data lain iaitu non-farm payroll, iaitu take home money yang diperolehi oleh tenaga buruh pada akhir bulan, berapakah nilai jumlah wang yang mereka terima pada akhir bulan. Yang kedua adalah peningkatan harga barang api, iaitu seperti yang kita tahu, geopolitical memberi impak secara keseluruhan, bukan setakat harga petrol tetapi juga harga barangan mentah yang lain dan juga harga logistik. Yang ketiga, kita melihat kadar pengangguran. Tapi untuk masa ini di Amerika Syarikat, kadar pengangguran masih dalam keadaan stabil dan kita tidak melihat kadar pengangguran akan berlaku peningkatan secara mendadak. Yang keempat yang saya lihat adalah berapa banyak jumlah projek-projek perumahan yang telah diluluskan oleh pihak authority di Amerika Syarikat. So sekiranya projek perumahan menurun, ini akan memberi red flag kepada Federal Reserve untuk memikir balik sama ada wajar atau tidak mereka menurunkan kadar faedah. So ini antara data-data lain yang turut diperhatikan oleh Fed dalam membuat keputusan.
Baik, saya nak ucapkan terima kasih kepada Muhammad Siddiq Jantan, merupakan Ketua Penyelidikan dan Penasihat Kekayaan Pengurus Portfolio UOB Hian Wealth Advisor, dan semua perbincangan ini akan kami rangkum dalam astroawani.com dan semua platform digital Astro Awani, dan selepas ini kami akan bawakan perkembangan ringgit dan bursa Malaysia. Jangan ke mana-mana, kita akan beristirahat seketika dan kembali selepas ini.
Seterusnya, peminjam Perbadanan Tabung Pendidikan Tinggi Nasional atau PTPTN digesa merebut peluang insentif diskaun bayaran balik pinjaman.
Fenomena Equinox menjadikan bumi dan matahari berada pada jarak paling dekat dalam sistem solar.
Malaysia berjaya membanteras jenayah berkaitan dadah bernilai RM990 juta sejak 2019.
Jangan meletakkan harapan tinggi berhubung soal mencari jawapan pesawat Malaysia Airlines MH370 yang hilang 10 tahun lepas.
Dua konsert eksklusif Aidilfitri ini bersama penyanyi nombor 1 negara. Sungguh mengasyikkan. Sediakan, cakrakan. Eksklusif untuk anda Aidilfitri ini di Astro Ria dan Astro Go.
Sarawak disasar menjadi negeri pengeksport padi menjelang tahun 2030. Sekitar 200 penduduk kampung hampalan singgah mata Pulau Bumbum sempurna menerima bantuan pemeriksaan kesihatan secara percuma. Seterusnya, Kerajaan Sarawak menyasarkan ekspor pertama gas hidrogen pada tahun 2027.
Sabah Electricity Sdn Bhd SESB mempertukar lebih RM500,000 untuk melaksanakan projek bantuan mesra rakyat BMR.
Assalamualaikum.
Selebriti mana yang datang memeriahkan sepatu Al-Raya?
Oh, handsome lah hari ni.
You single ke? Apa beza Hari Raya dengan awak?
Pasti cair dengan ayat pikat mereka.
Hari Raya setahun sekali. Tapi rindu ke awak hari setiap masa.
Sepatu reunion Al-Raya 2024. Masa anugerah terindah dari Astro Warna dan Astro Go.
Kembali kita teruskan dengan perkembangan seterusnya. Pejabat Penyelidikan Makroekonomi ASEAN Plus 3 Amro berkata Malaysia berpotensi menjadi negara berpendapatan tinggi menjelang 2030 dipacu peningkatan dalam aliran masuk pelaburan langsung asing FDI. Menteri Pelaburan, Perdagangan dan Industri MITI Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Abdul Aziz berkata plan ke arah itu sudah disediakan.
Menurutnya, pelan itu tertumpu kepada meningkatkan ekosistem elektrik dan elektronik EE negara, menambah baik persekitaran perniagaan serta pelaksanaan cukai minimum global pada 2025. Menerusi jawapan dalam laman X, Tengku Zafrul berkata Malaysia berdedikasi untuk menarik syarikat berteknologi tinggi dan menggalakkan kemajuan rantaian nilai dalam industri sedia ada. Tengku Zafrul membalas kiriman media kewangan tempatan yang memetik Amro mengenai ekonomi Malaysia dan kemuncak kitaran naik semikonduktor pada akhir tahun. Menurut Amro lagi, keluaran dalam negara kasar Malaysia dijangka berkembang sebanyak 5% tahun ini, mengatasi purata ASEAN sebanyak 4.8%. Amro juga berkata pertumbuhan ekonomi dalam blok serantau itu dijangka bertambah baik. Ia berdasarkan ekspor lebih tinggi berdasarkan pengembangan kitaran dalam semikonduktor, pengukuhan berterusan dalam penggunaan barangan di Amerika Syarikat dan permintaan untuk perjalanan serta perkhidmatan. Selain itu, Tengku Zafrul berkata industri pembuatan semikonduktor global semakin pulih dengan kenaikan dalam jualan elektronik dan litar bersepadu.
Ringgit dijangka lemah dan didagangkan sekitar RM4.76 berbanding dolar Amerika Syarikat minggu ini di hadapan mesyuarat Rizab Persekutuan Fed mengenai inflasi dan perangkaan jualan runcit Amerika Syarikat. Ketua Ekonomi Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad, Muhammad Azaniza Abdul Rashid berkata, sebilangan besar pegawai Fed dijadualkan akan terlibat dalam mesyuarat itu pada minggu ini.
Beliau berpendapat ia akan mencerminkan mesej yang sama iaitu inflasi Amerika Syarikat masih menjadi kebimbangan dan mereka perlu diyakinkan sama ada ia boleh mencapai matlamat 2% ditetapkan oleh Bank Pusat Amerika Syarikat itu. Angka jualan runcit Amerika Syarikat akan diumumkan menjelang penghujung hari ini dengan anggaran konsensus mengunjurkan ia akan berkembang 0.3% dari bulan ke bulan pada Mac berbanding 0.6% sebelumnya. Kemungkinan keputusan keluaran dalam negara kasar suku pertama 2024 China boleh menjadi titik data yang akan menggerakkan pasaran kerana pelabur ingin mengukur sama ada ekonomi global kedua terbesar itu mampu berkembang sekitar 5% pada 2024. Anggaran konsensus menunjukkan ekonomi China berkembang 5% dari tahun ke tahun pada suku pertama 2024. Sementara itu, beliau berkata indeks harga pengguna kesatuan Eropah juga menarik untuk dilihat dengan anggaran yang menunjukkan bahawa kadar inflasi akan menyederhana lagi kepada 2.4% pada Mac, memberi petanda bahawa Bank Pusat Eropah boleh berada di landasan yang betul dalam mengurangi kadar faedah tahun ini. Dari Jumaat ke Jumaat, ringgit adalah lebih rendah kepada 4.7680 berbanding dolar Amerika daripada 4.7460 yang disaksikan pada minggu sebelum ini. Ringgit didagangkan lebih tinggi berbanding kebanyakan mata wang utama lain.
Dan untuk kita teliti bagaimanakah prestasi ataupun pergerakan nilai ringgit setakat pagi ini pada 15 April 2024 secara tepatnya pada jam 9.39 pagi, ia berada pada paras 4.775 dan kalau anda zoom out lebih jauh sedikit, ini menunjukkan prestasi nilai ringgit Malaysia untuk tempoh seminggu 7 hari bermula daripada lebih kurang kita lihat 8 April sehinggalah 15 April setakat pagi ini. Dan ini adalah prestasi nilai ringgit Malaysia untuk kita saksikan ia berada berlega-lega antara paras 4.750, namun apabila masuk 12 April sehinggalah 13-14 April selepas kita boleh cakap raya keempat begitu, nilai ringgit Malaysia kembali iaitu menyusut. Apabila graf ini meningkat mencerminkan nilai ringgit Malaysia semakin merosot ataupun menyusut, dan ini adalah prestasi terkini nilai ringgit Malaysia yang dapat kita saksikan setakat pagi ini. Ia berada pada 4.775 dan dalam tempoh seminggu nilai yang paling tinggi kita dapat lihat nilai ringgit Malaysia pernah mencecah pada tempoh seminggu. Ia berada pada paras 4.7454 dan nilai paling kita boleh cakap nilai paling rendah berbanding dolar Amerika Syarikat ia berada pada 4.7787 dan ini adalah nilai ringgit Malaysia yang dapat kita saksikan bagaimanakah pergerakan atau prestasinya untuk minggu kedua bulan Mac 2024. Dan saya akan beralih untuk kita lihat bagaimanakah prestasi Bursa Malaysia yang dijangka stabil minggu ini disokong oleh asas yang kukuh dan penilaian menarik. Naib Presiden Pendidikan Ikuti Rakuten Trade Sedia Berhad, Tong Pak Leng menjangkakan aktiviti membeli saham berharga rendah akan muncul minggu ini. Sementara itu, indeks petunjuk pasaran melonjak ke paras tertinggi baharu dalam tempoh 52 minggu pada Isnin apabila ditutup pada 1555.98. Walaupun berlaku penurunan selepas kenaikan itu, pihaknya melihat pembetulan ini sebagai sesuatu yang perlu untuk mengekalkan aliran meningkat. Meskipun menjangkakan pasaran reda buat seketika selepas kenaikan kukuh pada Isnin, beliau berkata indeks itu berada di kedudukan di atas daripada sumber Exponential Moving Averages EMA. Ini membayangkan keadaan stabil yang berterusan dengan kecenderungan positif. Oleh itu, pihaknya menjangkakan indeks berlega di sekitar paras 1538 hingga 1570 minggu ini dengan paras sokongan segera pada 1534 diikuti 1520. Paras rentangan kukuh seterusnya adalah pada 1570 dan sekiranya paras itu berjaya dilepasi, ia menandakan momentum peningkatan yang seterusnya. Dan untuk kita lihat bagaimanakah FBM KLCI ataupun Bursa Malaysia setakat pagi ini, ia berada pada paras 1545.57 bersamaan negatif 0.35%, iaitu setakat pagi 15 April ini kita dapat saksikan sedikit penurunan kepada 5.31 pada pembukaan 15 April 2024. Dan kalau kita nak reflect kembali, imbas kembali dalam tempoh 5 hari bagaimanakah prestasi FBM KLCI kita dalam minggu Aidilfitri, minggu pertama Aidilfitri daripada hari Jumaat. Kalau anda saksikan di sini, iaitu Jumaat ke Isnin, prestasi FBM KLCI kita mengalami peningkatan sehinggalah ia mencapai antara paras yang tertinggi dalam tempoh 5 hari. Ia berada pada paras 1564.81. Namun kita lihat selepas prestasi ini ia kembali perlahan-lahan menurun sehinggalah ia mencapai antara tahap yang terendah. Ia berada pada paras 1544.08 dan ini adalah juga kadar purata FBM KLCI kita ataupun paras Bursa Malaysia yang dapat kita saksikan dalam tempoh 5 hari. Dan apabila kalau kita kembali sedikit ke belakang untuk kita lihat bagaimanakah dalam prestasi tempoh sebulan pertengahan bulan Mac sehinggalah pertengahan bulan April di sini, untuk anda saksikan prestasi FBM KLCI kita dalam tempoh sebulan ia berada antara paras yang tertinggi ia telah mencatatkan pada paras 1559.98 dan antara paras yang terendah dan yang dicatatkan dalam tempoh sebulan iaitu berada pada 1530.60 dan ini adalah purata terendah dan yang tertinggi yang dapat kita saksikan prestasi Bursa Malaysia untuk tempoh sebulan. Dan saya akan teruskan dengan MSM mingguan iaitu kontrak niaga hadapan minyak sawit mentah MSM di Bursa Malaysia Derivatif dijangka diniagakan dalam jajaran kecil dengan kecenderungan meningkat minggu ini yang menjelang pengumuman data industri minyak sawit bagi Mac 2024.
Data ekspor dan pengeluaran ekspor minyak sawit daripada Lembaga Minyak Sawit Malaysia dijadual dikeluarkan hari ini. Peniaga minyak sawit Devin Ng berkata, data itu akan menyediakan kepada peniaga dan pelabur gambaran yang lebih jelas mengenai kedudukan stok negara dan menentukan langkah seterus mereka dalam pasaran. Oleh itu, pihaknya menjangkakan pasaran diniagakan antara paras RM4,250 dan RM4,400 setan metrik minggu ini. Bagi asas mingguan, kontrak bulan semerta April 2024 turun RM66 kepada RM4,498 setan metrik. Mei 2024 susut RM52 kepada RM4,371. Jun 2024 berkurangan RM61 kepada RM4,282 dan Julai 2024 jatuh RM63 kepada RM4,210. Kontrak Ogos 2024 berkurangan RM59 kepada RM4,139 setan metrik. Jumlah dagangan menyusut kepada 200,435 lot daripada 418,684 lot pada minggu sebelumnya, manakala kepentingan terbuka turun kepada 267,644 kontrak daripada 268,274 kontrak pada minggu sebelumnya. Harga MSM fizikal bagi April Selatan turun RM60 kepada RM4,510 setan metrik daripada paras RM4,570 pada minggu sebelumnya.
Dan kita akan bersama rakan tugas Terminal Kaji untuk membawakan rangkuman berita niaga ekonomi selepas ini.
Asia tumpuan utama dunia. Dengan ekonomi yang semakin rancak, pembangunan lestari dan tenaga boleh diperbaharui, apakah pula impak kecerdasan buatan AI dalam perkembangan teknologi dan masa depan pekerjaan? Kami mendalami setiap berita dan cerita. Saksikan diskusi, dialog dan laporan khas di Agenda AWANI Asia bersama koresponden khas kami setiap Sabtu 9 malam di semua platform Astro AWANI.
Keputusan seri musim ini. Bukan kali ini. Manchester City dan Chelsea bertemu dalam separuh akhir Piala FA.
Would you believe it?
Kemenangan adalah segalanya. Mampukah underdog mencipta kejutan terbesar dan menyenyapkan Red Devils? Nasib memihak kepada yang berani di Wembley. Separuh akhir Piala FA Emirates secara langsung di Astro Supersport dan Astro Go.
5 lelaki penghantar makanan didakwa di Mahkamah Magistrate Bangi atas tuduhan membunuh seorang pemandu kereta lelaki dalam satu kejadian.
4 sungai di sekitar kawasan perindustrian Pasir Gudang di Johor termasuk Sungai Kim Kim didapati tercemar dan berada pada tahap yang membimbangkan. Kerajaan sudah mulakan inisiatif untuk menggantikan kenderaan operasinya kepada kenderaan elektrik EV dalam skala kecil terlebih dahulu.
Hello and welcome to Niaga Spotlight with me, Tamina Kausji. Niaga Spotlight goes through the week in business and future affairs. Market watch, industries, analysis and insights. We've got you covered right here on Niaga Spotlight. Well, today we have a sharp focus on analysis and looking at an industry that is perhaps a little unusual, but at the same time is really good big business. I'm talking all about aromatherapy and really great sentimental business. Now, did you know that aromatherapy is a rapidly growing sector in recent years? And the actual global value is close to $2 billion in 2023. And in 2024, it is projected to be growing to $2.14 billion. So, talking about big money globally, but what's the landscape looking like locally? Well, today on the third day of Hari Raya Idul Fitri, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome to the studios Fads Subari. Now, Fads is the founder and CEO of Earth Theories, and he joins me to tell us a little bit more about his aromatherapy business. Fads, welcome to the studios. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tamina. Thank you for having me today here.
Very pleased that you're actually able to join us on the third day of Hari Raya Idul Fitri.
Yes.
How has your celebration been so far?
So far, it's been amazing. I was with my family, so my parents and my sibling are there with me. So it's a beautiful moment to spend with the family.
Absolutely. And I think speaking about beautiful things, let's talk about essential oils and aromatherapy business. Before we dig deeper into Earth Theories and everything that you do, Fads, let's get started with your origin stories in the business. Tell me more about you and what sparked your interest to get into this line.
Okay, I started in scenting industry way back 20 years ago, where I started with the fragrance and cosmetic industry with international brands. That's why I've been exposed with the scentings and aroma, and start understanding about ingredient, how it give benefit and how it give certain persona to individuals. And then from there, I gain more understanding and interest to pursue better, but I take it as like, just take it as easy as you go.
Sure.
And then when I pursue my study, and I was in Europe for quite a number of years, and from there I've been exposed to the first hands of the industry, where I see the international brands, how they're growing in Western country. And from there it's gained more interest and see how the things have grown, and I see it's also intrigued me. Why can't we do this, you know? And it can be done some way, somehow, but it's just like an idea back in my mind. Back then, I'm not really pursuing it because I was studying, you know? But I keep on finding network and friends who are in that industry, and just for the sake of knowledge and for the sake of interest. And when I came back to Malaysia, I started my own entertainment business. So I was there for quite a number of years, and then the lifestyle is so hectic, it's so busy lifestyle, until the point that I exit, where I kind of losing myself at the point.
The stress of everything,
exactly.
right? It's quite similar in a sense to the news media industry, where 24/7, 365,
Indeed.
there's always something happening. There are 25 deadlines.
So then I start exploring the alternative treatment to find myself back. And then I'll go through a lot of alternative treatments in the local practices, and then somehow I start discover aromatherapy, and I start slowly healing with it. And then because of that, I start taking for a formal education to understand it better. From there, I realized there's so much wisdom behind it that I need to share, and somehow it kind of reconnect me back to my childhood experience with my late grandmother when I was a small kid, and also my working experience back then. And somehow things are just connecting. And from there, I feel that, okay, aromatherapy kind of help you to find your soul back, to find yourself back. And this is what I think it's somehow in our lifestyle, in our community, in our culture, we tend to forget ourselves.
Fair enough. The pace of life is just so
the modern
hectic.
lifestyle, the hectic lifestyle, the busyness and everything, you kind of forgot about yourself. It's all about others. You please everybody around you, but sometimes you forgot about how to please you. So something kind of help you to be more grounded and start slowly reconnect with yourself back, and start thinking, and then find what do you really want in life, and then slowly things are getting better in your surrounding, and that's how you start creating moments and happiness around you. So that's how sense somehow it helps in your daily lifestyle to make it your life better. And sometimes for you to take a pause or maybe take a moment for yourself and to reconnect. So
to reconnect and to center. I really like the fact that you keep re-emphasizing on this, Fads. So tell me about how from just the germ of an idea back in your student days, of course, you made the connections and you started finding out more about your own heritage, starting from all the way back to kampung life, what your grandmother had inspired. Tell me about what led you to thinking that aromatherapy could go beyond just the personal, and it was something that needed to reach a wider public. Yes, of course, in a sense, they are buying a product, but it's not just a product, is it? It's more of an experience. Could be framed in that way.
Experience, yes, I can say as such way, but in the same time, it's not just about experience. It's also, we are talking about the wisdom behind it. So and also sometimes you also recreating, or you creating moments, memories. So I remember back then when for the first time I went abroad, I would go for studying. I went to Heathrow, London, and the first thing that I did was I go and get perfume Burberry London, just to remind me of this is the moment. So until now, if I smelled it, I still remember the moment. I vividly can remember how naive I was when I was there, and I still just know nothing. And that sense just remind me of the memories. And then that's how it's not only happened to me. I think everybody, even sometimes certain smell can remind you of your hometown. Certain smell
Absolutely,
can remind
yeah.
you of your late grandparents or sometimes your family, your parents, and so on. So that kind of sense, it's give moments in our life or memories in our life that we can keep for long. Yeah.
Exactly. So one of the interesting things about what Earth Theories does is that inspiration is also connected to memory.
Yeah.
And there's a specific focus on a very common Malaysian ingredient.
Yeah.
Tell us more about it. I'll give it over to you.
Okay, when I've been creating, me and my team, partners, creating the ingredients or what product need to be, to create, to offer to our client, I started with something what we have around us.
Okay.
And then I start with lemongrass.
Serai,
Yes,
lemongrass.
serai, yeah.
All right,
We
so it's a
started-
very common ingredient in all our cuisine.
People always say it's just behind our backyard, and just everybody
Sure.
has lemongrass, most of their kitchen. So from there, to us, it's like lemongrass is like Asian lavender. The way that when I was abroad, when people see lemongrass, to them they are so wow, it's
so exotic.
It's exotic,
Right.
And then they straight away relate to Orientalism. So it's like the Asian culture and so on. So from there, we start from there, and then we grew our own lemongrass, and then we expand it, and then we work with local farmers. And then from there, we extract it, and we work with local agencies like Frims and Nusi Malaya to extract the essential oil and creating into finished product. And when we started in Publica, when we offered our product before COVID, the
Right.
idea was just like zero waste concept, where we just create our product, people come and bring their own packaging and bottle. We pumped it, we weighed it, and we sell it. But because of COVID, people start so paranoid, people are so scared of touching thing at that time.
Sure, yes.
It's pushing us, like it's also breakthrough for us to start creating a finished product.
I see.
Somehow, when we
Understood.
start developing, me and my team and partners, to create the product, the outcome, it become more interesting, and more people start connecting with the products, and then start sharing with others, because we realize that when the products is right, they use it as for them to connect with other people. They start
Exactly.
sharing with others, and they bring friends of friends to our shops. And from there we realize, oh, we must be did something right.
Exactly,
And-
because you were able to, I think, find an opportunity in the middle of what was a crisis.
Yes.
What actually gave your team and yourself the fire to sort of say, all right, we're faced with a crisis, rather than maybe shut down or go smaller? What made you say, you know what, we're going to go bigger?
COVID to us is a blessing, because during COVID, people are more concerned about what they put on their skin.
That's correct,
They
yes,
start concerned
sure.
about what they eat, what they consume. People reading more. We have more time to understand things better, because people take a moment to start understand things. And from there, people start appreciating what we have in our circle, and start experience and start appreciating all the ingredients around us. Previously, people just take it for granted. But because of COVID, people start concerned, and then when they start experiencing it, and they found it is something interesting and it's connecting with them, they start sharing with others. So from there we realize, okay, the market is ready, the industry seems booming, so we just heading to the direction where the trend is. So we
Understood.
kind of complementing with the environment at that time, where people are people kind of scared, people kind of
People were in lockdown around the
yes,
globe.
and somehow this thing, it's helped them to make them calm.
And aromatherapy sort of, I think, became not so much a luxury,
Yeah.
but a part of daily routines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then they start asking for us, and we, instead of because they couldn't go out, and what we do, we send it
Sure.
to their home. So we do
Home deliveries.
Yes, we do that because luckily our consumers, our customers, very loyal and very supportive during COVID. I think the spirit of Malaysia at that time, we want to build togetherness, help each other, support local, is really, really happening. And then that's how we get the benefit during COVID as well.
Understood. And from there, Fads, what are some of the trends that you're actually seeing behind the demand for essential oils, which is also perhaps a bit more global, and that you think Earth Theories is actually perfectly positioned to jump on?
Okay, the aim of Earth Theories, of course, one day we want to be a global brand. So that's how I vision Earth theories, where are we heading to in the future. But what's game now we realize is what makes it easier the product application into modern lifestyle. So one of the product that we made is our anti-stress gel. It's a soothing balm, so it make you relax and sleep better, and you just to ease your muscle. Sometimes you work in front of computer long hours during COVID. People work in front of computer for long hours, so they feel stiff and and
of course the sleep factor, exactly. So sleep is also something which I think we've become much more conscious about, not only for its daily impacts on health, because nobody can do without it. Did you feel that you were developing products to meet a demand, or were you developing a product and then seeing the demand?
At the beginning, we creating the product and see the demand.
Okay.
And from there, from the customer feedback, we restructure the collection and the product line and expand it according to the trend and demand. So at first, we are kind of experimenting, trying and error we also as artisan, so we just play around as well. Sometimes we just creating a product, something that you like to create. Sometimes at some point you just do it for yourself.
Fair
enough.
Fair
You do it for yourself, and then
there's that indulgence.
Yes,
involved.
and then you start sharing to your customer, and then somehow, they really liked it, and sometimes, maybe they're not really liking it, but they give feedback. So
sure, it's constructive at the same time.
So to me, this is like collective effort. Earth Theory's growth is not just because of me. It's also collective effort from my team and also my consumer, because they are very so much supportive. They come back and give feedback, and we take every point that they give, and then we try to do better every time. So that's how I feel that this Earth Theory is just like a Malaysian brand that is building togetherness, not just me, but me and the Malaysian.
Exactly. So it's all about also taking Malaysian brands in aroma care into the global space. So tell me, what have been some of the interesting pathways that you've already discovered, and where Earth Theories is already placed within global industries?
So at the moment, our market is still in domestic. So we have supply not only retail shops, we also supply our product for industry use. So at the moment, we supply our product for hospital. We also do for airlines and also hotel spa. So this kind of the market that we want to focus more moving forward. And I think being part of the airlines is one of the achievements that we will
definitely
feel that, we have done it right. So we just want to make it Malaysian proud. So we have to create a right thing, and it can be accepted by global citizens. So that experience is really help us to understand what product can be created and can be accepted globally. Because that's quite challenging. People, the consumer of air, the passengers is coming from around the world.
Sure.
So you need to get it right to make sure that the sense is right and it's acceptable by the global citizen. And that sense that we created, we also won an award, Best Aromatherapy of the Year last year.
That's fantastic. And so to see your work not just recognized but then rewarded and awarded, what kind of perspective does it give you for the near future? Are there any other markets that an aroma care brand should also be exploring, since you're actually first off the block?
To be honest, because of this, I think there's not so much player in the market in Malaysia playing in this game. We have get some attention from other countries. Surprisingly, we got attention from other airlines in the Middle East. We got attention from hotels industry in India and also in Dubai and Saudis. We got attention from the hotel industry in London as well. So from there, we realized there's so much potential to grow. It's matter how you position your brands.
Fair enough. Yes.
In the right way to the global standard. So I think Malaysia is ready to play that game, to play big. It's a matter of we need more support, because we are SME, we are small player, but we have so big visions, we have so big dream. So we are finding our way to make it right.
So speaking of finding your way to make it right, because even though it is a niche market, at the same time, the SME sector, of course, makes up about 97% of Malaysia's overall business and productivity. Fads, what kind of support, specifically from government or even budget allocations, do you feel would benefit a niche industry like yours, but which at the same time also affects, for example, farmers who grow these specific products to such a high and artisanal level?
This is a very challenging question, to be honest.
What would be your wish list?
Yes, since our industry is quite not a familiar industry,
Understood,
not
yes.
everybody understands how big and how much this can be developed and be grown, and it
Exactly.
will overflow impact to the industry. When we have the right demand, we can create a good supply. But the idea is to give a new value to the local ingredient. So when I start with lemongrass, as I mentioned,
That's right.
so we create into the fragrance or scenting industry to quite a premium market. So that's how we give value to the local farmers with the local plant. And maybe in the future, it's not only us, other people or other brands start asking for another more local plant, and then more farmers can
Correct.
start planting more local plant at better value. So this is the overflow industry that people thought, oh, you just make like scenting industry, so what, you know?
Exactly.
But this one actually is like dominoes effect.
Correct.
Like it's not just me benefit from it, but it also other industry will be benefit from it as well. And of course, the support, like ex-SME, you don't have enough resource, you don't have enough facility, you don't have enough capacity, and somehow the way that you handling your business is like up and down because you're struggling with the day-to-day businesses, and sometimes
Sure.
the records and the performance and everything is not intact as a big players. So that is the challenge that SMEs need to play more, or to focus more, to make sure that it can be
Structured.
accepted and be structured, it can be helped or be supported by certain agencies. So that kind of, I think that kind of support to make SMEs grow as well. But sometimes it need to be seen into a case study, like specific niche industry where
Correct.
not people really understand it. So that's the
Exactly.
challenge where we want to make people understand and how big this industry can be. So yeah, so it's quite a challenge, but we are still working on it.
Yes, you are indeed. All right, so Faz, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere with Niaga Spotlight.
Lima lelaki penghantar makanan didakwa di Mahkamah Magistrate Bangi Atas tuduhan membunuh seorang pemandu kereta lelaki dalam satu kejadian.
4 sungai di sekitar kawasan perindustrian Pasir Gudang di Johor termasuk Sungai Kim Kim didapati tercemar dan berada pada tahap yang membimbangkan. Kerajaan sudah mulakan inisiatif untuk menggantikan kenderaan operasinya kepada kenderaan elektrik EV dalam skala kecil terlebih dahulu.
Welcome back to Niaga Spotlight, still with me, Tamina Kausji. And today, of course, we're focusing on sentimental business. Faz Sabari, CEO and founder of Earth Theories, joins me in the studios. So Faz, you were talking about the fact that aromatherapy, of course, is a niche business. And at the same time, looking at broader government and even allocations and investments, usually those are very much focused on businesses with a tech element in them. Let's talk about what opportunities there are for aromatherapy and essential oils to also be part of this. For example, do any part of your sales also occur repeatedly online?
To be honest, it's quite a challenging for us to make the industry or the support system to understand this industry. But we understand now the appetite of investment or the appetite of support is more into tech. But this is like a complementing a component in a bigger industry. Like we can complement to the healthcare industry, to the hotel industry, we even complement to the airline industry. So this kind of market is rather huge as well. So this is where I see we need to be more flexible if we want to engage with the local support. So, but at the moment, yes, we do what we can do, But in the future, of course, we try to find way to upgrade, to complementing with the digital and technology. Of course, now we sell our product on the website, but
Sure.
I think we have the e-commerce and so on, but that's quite common, that everybody has it. I think e-commerce is now, it's just a new marketplace, and everybody has it. It's nothing new. What is required now, what been asked by the investors and the players are the more unique tech element in your business. So aromatherapy is quite niche, and to be part of that movement can be difficult. Not I would say difficult. It's quite challenging, that you need to be more creative in creating it. But because of that, it also pushes us to be more creative and become. We have to be positive, and you cannot just because of you can't and you just decide, oh, we just surrender. No, we have to start thinking in different way, think out of the box. How can we complement? How we can be part of the movement? So in our pipeline, we also start creating some the tech elements in our future product line.
That's very interesting. Is there any integration of, for example, generative AI, things which are like ChatGPT, etc., have of course become a very standard part of most corporate structures. Is there any way in which you're seeing essential oils and the aromatherapy business also integrate some of these Gen AI features?
To be honest, we are in the process of developing our AI technology to the aromatherapy products. So then I think AI has made modern lifestyle easier, and we want to complement, we want to be right on the movement, and the future is about we try to integrate AI technology in scenting industry to curate a special scent for you.
Right. So basically to sort of customize something.
Exactly.
And how do you envision that working differently from the standard customization, which today the way it generally works is someone comes into your store, you probably look at the scent profiles in front of you and you recommend them based on the person's own unique body chemistry, right? How would AI add to that in your perspective?
In our way, the way that we do, we use your data to understand your character. From there, the AI will match your character with the right scenting according to your purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, rather than go with the standard scent categories of, let's say, masculine, feminine, floral, woody, it suits you. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle of all of these factors, right?
Exactly. So maybe you have certain purpose. You want to have a deep sleep. You want to be mindfulness. You want to be more focused. So we can curate we can recommend certain scent which is suitable for you, which is for that purpose. Or sometimes maybe you are in the midst of to attract more love for an aura kind of thing. So that if you can certain scenting can give you positive energy for you to attract more positive or more attraction from other people.
To reflect something positive.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, another thing that I was thinking about, because you were mentioning niche and you were mentioning essential oils. Now, one thing which has also happened, I think not just due to the pandemic, but in general, people's concerns about their health, what we're putting on your skin, which is the biggest organ of the body. More and more people and consumers, Faz, are today interested in something or products which are safe for sensitive skin. What does aromatherapy or earth theories have to offer for this entire range of potential consumers?
For the product that you put on the skin, normally we'll do our lab tests.
Right.
In the market, normally we do for SGS test report to make sure that all the ingredients used are safe, and that's what we do. But in general, we try to source all the safe ingredient from the natural ingredient to make sure it's safe. And we have the process of creating a product. We also have a focus group that we try internally and make sure that it's right before we launch it to the market.
And usually, walk me through the process, Faz. Let's say, for example, you've got product X that you're developing, all the way from conception to the time when it first lands in a consumer's hand as a purchase. What does that life cycle look like?
It depends on what type of product, but in general, we are talking between 3 to 6 months process in creating one simple product. Unlike if we're talking about skincare or specific, a very niche result that you are looking for, they will take a bit longer. but it's
Fair
more
enough.
like we are talking about the way that we do our linen bed mist, our spray, aromatherapy spray. It's quite generic. It's so it's not taking so long. It's just like we need some rest day. At least once you create a scent, you need to get it rest at least for 21 days before you can get the scent is well blended.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see. You need for it to sort of mature, perhaps,
So
before
at
you
least
can
minimum.
say.
The longer you keep it, the better. But then at least minimum after 21 days, you can really get the scent is well blend, it's well combined, and then it scents differently from the day that you created it.
Exactly. It's sort of the way in which, perhaps a comparative would be the way in which if you cook a curry today, it will be a little bit better tomorrow or day after, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Faz, going back to a point that you had made earlier that really caught my attention was that the market for aromatherapy essential oils in Malaysia, you're one of the, let's say, more established players, even though you have only really been in business since a little before the pandemic. So as you're coming towards your 5-year mark, what are some of the bigger goals that you are seeing, and how do you balance between an industry which basically it's there for the taking, but also ensuring that you're not churning out so many scents that it becomes generic? You still have that signature in what you produce.
So I think it for this year give us more motivations. Like early this year, we won an award Best Essential Oil, Pure Essential Oil of the Year.
That's fantastic.
And we also nominated as a top 10 brand in the world. That's quite an achievement for us, and we've seen that we have did it something right for the industry, and that keep us motivate us to start to create more. Greater thing, a better thing for the consumer. Then I see the market is ready, and then we want to be a global brand. I envision that Earth Theories will be at least in 30 countries in 10 years' time.
All right, 30 in 10. Okay, that's a great proposition.
Yeah, so that's how I see that it can be well accepted around the world, and start creating with the local ingredient, make it your signature to make you different than the rest.
So because you're looking at local ingredients and signatures, those 30 countries, Faz, ideally would you be looking at them being regional or more in perhaps the European or the North American market?
I think it also can be start with the current interest that we had from our customer from other country. Then we realized there's a market over there that is asking for a new product or new scent from different part of the world. The way that we accept the ingredient or product from other parts of the world, and similarly it will go to other countries as well, where they're also looking for something exotic products for their daily use. Because consumer, they always like to experience new experience, right?
Exactly.
So Earth Theories can be part of that journey too.
And perhaps someday, instead of going into, let's say, any kind of a relaxation or a self-care routine, instead of smelling lavender, we may be smelling serai.
Exactly. And in fact, at our shops, we not only create serai, we also combine it with others. For example, we even one of the best ingredient that we combined it with green tea. We even have some other we combine it with other citrusy, so it make more unique kind of lemongrassy. We even one of the product that we supply to the hospital, we combine it with grapefruit, so it smell more calming and giving you a sense of happiness. So that's why. So people normally when they go to the hospital, they feel sick, right? So the moment they start using our product, the scent is like giving you like kind of uplifting the mood. So they start having a positive note of positive to their body, and they start feeling good,
and perhaps you heal even faster.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So when you start feel good, and then it make you feel heal faster.
So it's very interesting that you're working on all these different variations when it comes to offering scent choices. Faz, let's now focus in on another very big business arena that is always in the news. Everybody is talking about sustainability and ESGs. Is there an opportunity by perhaps you sharing a little bit more deeply about some of the initiatives that Earth Theories has done already that are more environmentally conscious? And how has customers' response been to it? Are people actually, in a sense, more interested to purchase because they're aware that you're sustainable?
I think from the beginning, we always put an effort in ESG initiative. in creating our business model and also product as well. As I mentioned, we grow some of our ingredient ourselves. We even work with local farmers. Some of even our farmer, he also mute and deaf. So we're supporting the kind of community to
the disabled community as well.
Yes, and also to have to increase their income with our ingredient. And we try to use recycled packaging at the shops, from the box, the paper bags and the bottles. And we even offer to the client to bring back the empty bottle and they get direct discount to the shops.
Right.
That kind of some is the basic initiative that we can afford to do it at the moment. Of course, we try to put more effort, and we took some ESG courses to make sure that we comply and we follow the policies and the requirement to make it like at the international standard of ESG requirement. So
exactly,
yeah.
But at the same time, you're taking a very unique approach to it. Agrisanal, I'm told. Tell me more about why you call it agrisanal, and that's a blending of the words.
Yeah, because agrisanal is like a combination of agriculture and artisanal.
Fine.
So how you recreating agro product into artisan
Fair.
items, right? So
elevating them in a sense.
Yes, and we give new value to the local ingredient in the beauty industry. When we started in the first 2 years of our business, we have been awarded as well with some kind of ESG initiative award from Impact Circle. So that is where you give values to the local ingredient and also supporting the food security. But in our way, we create into a different values, because most of people, when they do agriculture, they will do into like vegetables or food industry.
Fair enough. But for human consumption.
Yes,
yeah.
But we are taking it to a different level and take it into daily lifestyle, in a modern lifestyle. So this is something kind of, we giving new space, a new room of be creative in your plan.
Exactly. Now, what really interested me was the fact that you said you're also already, without any kind of compunctions or industry guidelines, working with farmers who also happen to be from the disabled community. Now, was this a conscious decision, or did it just happen quite organically, as we say, when you were selecting who to work with? How does that work?
Honestly, it was organic, because when we have our farms in Maran, Pahang, we scouting the local people who can help us at the farm.
In the community itself.
And so happened, we've been recommending to this to the community, and these people are looking for jobs as well.
Sure.
And we see the commitment, and now they are looking after our farm for a few years already, and they're there every day.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see how we have grown together for all these years, and it also, when we share our achievement to them, they feel part of it, and they feel that they couldn't believe their product that they made, or the ingredient that they plant. Even my team at the production who creating the product can imagine the product in the business class of airline and go fly around the world.
Fair enough.
Because we are just SME, we just normal people. So when we had that kind of experience, to feel that and to share that moment with my team, to make them feel proud of our own creation.
Yeah, their own hard work.
Yeah, their own hard work, and it can be accepted not only by people like our Malaysia, but it also can be accepted by other people around the world as well. That's quite an achievement, and I think that's motivate them to keep on going. And this also will inspire others to make it right as well. And there's more and more people who come to the industry to create a better thing.
Exactly, and I think you're really fostering an ecosystem that reacts to local needs, but also it serves a hopefully growing international market. Now, one thing when it comes to anything to do with natural products, Faz, I think we cannot escape from the fact that climate change is real, and because of that, there is also vulnerability of any kind of crops or any kind of herbs or fragrances that are being grown naturally. So to what extent do you feel climate change may be impacting the near future or the medium-term future of the essential oils and aromatherapy business?
To be honest, it's quite a debate in industry. Some people might be agree, some people disagree with the idea of planting ingredients and then you harvest it and then you make it products. And but somehow we have to find a best way of being in the middle to make sure that all the effort or activities that you do to not harming to the environment, try to reduce as much as you can, because I think it's a collective effort. So we have done our part and other people do their part. So we're slowly heading to the same direction, that everybody become more conscious about to make sure the environment is safe. So
That's right.
So it's not just us, it's like collective, it's everybody. So we've done our part, everybody do their part. So slowly the things are get better. Yeah.
And speaking about doing things collectively, as you said, being one of the few players on a more commercial scale for essential oils and aromatherapy in Malaysia, how do you find that creative community to connect with? Because it's not so readily available in Malaysia itself. How do you stay inspired to continue creating?
Okay, in my case, I never stop learning. Education is important. So every day is also a learning day for me. So to understand, in order to be more creative, in order to create a better creation, you need to learn every day from for anything around you every single day. Even you need to start understand the culture, you need to understand the psychology, you need to understand about the art as well. From there, you start creating creatively. Think creatively to create a good product for the future market, because otherwise you keep on duplicating over and over what other people did. But by doing research, by doing pursuing some
market studies
and even taking short courses, and even like myself, I take a formal education into aromatherapy and also perfumerist to become a perfumerist. So to understand the wisdom, the philosophy in creating perfume in the right way, to make you to guide you to do the right thing.
Yeah, guiding to do the right thing. And I think where everything consolidates these days, and we'd mentioned briefly before, perhaps we could end on you discussing the fact that essential oils, aromatherapy, it's very much a textural business, and it's all about experiencing things firsthand. Where do you see it being positioned amidst also a global shopping market of online sales? Do you think that it needs to be better balanced? And what has Earth Theory's experience been in ensuring that, yes, we've got a good social media presence, but at the same time, we're still trying our best so that people are attracted to visit us in our brick and mortar? It's
quite a discussions in the market where people are thinking of, should we go online, should we go offline? But I think the market and the appetite of consumer behavior are quite uncertain, because everybody want to try everything. So it has to be a balance between online and offline. We still need both, but in our case, we still need the offline, because people still like to come to the shop and try it, experience it, smell it, and
perhaps sit with
it, and then just feel it, and only then they'll make decisions. And because of that, it will lead for the second and third round purchase through online when they start knowing the product well. So that's how the complements of this online and offline is.
So basically, for the repeat sales, that's where your online presence needs to be strong.
Because how can you decide what right sense for you?
Fair.
Some people, they maybe take it easy. Okay, I just tried it first, then they can buy online.
Sure.
But some people who are really conscious, whatever they put it on the skin, or even whatever they spend, they wanted to see it first, definitely. And from there, the word of mouth will grow, and then those people who listen, they maybe don't need to go to the shop anymore, because it was promoted by their good friends of their family members. They straight away go to the online and purchased it. So these two is complementing each other.
Exactly. And what percentage of your sales split would you say is between online and in person in general?
In beginning, we used to be equal, like
pretty 50-50.
And no, what I mean is the equal is between what we do for retail and for the industry supply.
Right.
But for the online, we see when we started, the trend is rather slow. People still want, even they buy it online, they will choose pick up at the store. So from there, we realized that people want engagement. People want kind of activities, and they want to try it. But over time, our team is moving to improve our online experience, to make it more easy access to other people around the world as well.
Right, exactly. So hopefully, Fads, we wish you and Earth Theories most sentimental.
Thank you.
Not just Hari Raya Idul Fitri, but also the rest of the year. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tamina.
Fantastic. Well, that's all we have time for today on Niaga Spotlight. We'll be back again next Friday with more business analysis and insights. Here's to a productive and restful week ahead. See you then.